Welcome to Life, Death, and the Law, presented by the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen, hosted by attorneys Sean Garner and Adam Hansen.
The question remains, at the next level, being the state competition, if the transgender female goes on to win that competition, who gets the gold? Do they award a gold to the transgender female and the biological female that won second place, but first place among the females? Or how does that work? I guess that's the question. I think that the transgender question is such an obvious one. People have taken sides, they've dug in, and you're not going to convince somebody otherwise by rationally and logically reasoning this issue. But it's come closer to home with you more recently, Adam, and with your brother Trent being in the school system in Southern California. I don't know how he's remained sane over all these years, but so what's going on with him? He was in the district that this occurred. So what's been the backlash that he's been experiencing?
Yeah, he's not just in it; he runs it. He's the superintendent of the district where this is taking place. So I got a text from him last week, and he said, "Hey, do you know so and so? Does he have a way to get a hold of President Trump or his staff?" And I was like, "I think he does. Yeah. Why? What's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm having some issues here in my district." And so that's when I came to my knowledge of this issue that's going on with A.V.
Trent
Hernandez.
Reached out to you about being able to get a hold of President Trump?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like, "I'm going to be meeting with Newsom's team tomorrow." This was last week, and his staff. And so we'll try and, he's like, "I just want to work this out." And I said, "Well, my question was, I don't understand. I thought President Trump signed that executive order that allowed, or that says that no male athletes,
biological male that's transitioned to female, yes,
participate in female sports." I thought that was, a sweeping executive order across the United States. And I thought that trumps state law in California.
But what teeth does it have, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, apparently none in California. And so my brother said, "Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on your attorney general. And our attorney general here in California, he doesn't recognize that as law. Mm-hmm. And therefore, we've got the state law saying it's allowed, and then we've got the feds saying, no, it's not allowed." And Trump tweeting the tweet that you just kind of alluded to, which was kind of this firestorm, and that brought everything up. But he said, "I'm going to withhold federal funding." And it wasn't really clear from the tweet, like, what federal funding is he talking about? And in talking to my brother, he said, "Well, I'm stuck in the middle. I on one side have to deal with California coming down on me and say, no, you have to let this person participate, or we're going to withhold $237 million of your funding to your district." And then you have the feds saying, "Hey, we're going to withhold federal funding to the tune of $17 million. Mm-hmm. And so if it's a numbers game, it's pretty easy. I'm going to side with California in that sense. But it's not just a numbers game. It really goes to the core of...
Because he got some pretty scathing emails and texts that says, "Hey,
all the time,
why are you letting our female athletes be trampled over by these transgender athletes? And I understand there is a policy, and California's policy is to allow that to happen, but you are the superintendent,
decision maker.
Yeah, you get
to say no.
You get to decide that.
You don't get to play.
And maybe you lose your job, maybe you lose your funding, but somebody's got to stand up to this at some point."
If you have questions or want to know more about something that was discussed today, please call the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen at 928-783-4575 or visit yumaestateplanning.com.